Hello, everybody, and welcome to another bonus episode of Three in the Box, powered by Power Soccer Shop. It's day 3 at the America's Cup. I am Bill Schultz, here as always with my buddy Josh Berger, and subbing in for Nikki tonight, Hunter Horkheimer of the Chico Gophers. Hunter, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Excellent. Thanks for joining us.
Nice.
I'm glad Josh hasn't scared you away from Power Soccer yet. That's he's doing something right, apparently.
Yes.
I think it's the other way around, to be honest.
If you say so, Berger. Well, guys, we had another. Today was I didn't know if anything could top yesterday, but today there were some moments that did. I was glued to my TV today. We are going to do just like we did last night. We're going to talk about all of the non-Team USA games first, and then we'll kind of circle back and talk about the 2 USA games at the end. So the first game today that was not Team USA, guys, Argentina versus Mexico. That one ended 1-1. That is not the scoreline I predicted.
No, I thought Argentina was gonna win that game handily.
So did I.
I thought it was gonna be a 3-1, 4-1, on that line, but Mexico's defense showed up. My gosh, they're like, okay, they figured out Argentina. It was insane, and Argentina.
Right.
Yeah, and Argentina was
making me look great, Mexico. Thank you, guys. I've been hyping you up. I was hyping you up yesterday. That defense turns into offense. But I couldn't believe in that first half, Josh, how many opportunities Argentina had that Mexico just pushed back. And for them to be able to be that good, they end up getting a last-second goal that ties that game. They're nowhere near in position to do that without that solid defense they had.
No, absolutely not. I mean, it was just crazy.
Yeah, super exciting game.
Yeah.
Had a great time watching that one. And then Uruguay-Brazil followed that game. That one was almost as exciting, but in different ways. Uruguay had a player. What was his name, Josh? The player
Francisco Wild.
Francisco Wild. Picked up a yellow card in the first half.
Yeah.
And then proceeded to, I'm just going to say it, earn himself a couple more, but never got called for it. He just continued to get warned. I told these guys before we started recording, if I was the Brazil coach, they'd have had to drag me out of that gym.
Oh yeah, for sure. He was pretty animated, and rightfully so, because it was a pretty physical game.
Yeah,
believe it or not. I mean, it was just I'm sensing some animosity between these two squads. I mean, it kind of was shown on the court, but it was very physical, and I think they're trying to get under each other's skin, and I think it kind of worked because Uruguay walked away with a W over Brazil. And again, I thought Uruguay was gonna kind of pull away from it, but it was another close 1-0 game.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe and no disrespect to Uruguay or to the player that we're talking about, Francisco Wild. No disrespect to him. He did what he needed to do and they won the game. But to me, it just, I don't know if it's something between those teams, if they are trying to get under each other's skin, or if you're just out there giving it your all and playing to win the America's Cup. But I mean, to toe that line as close as he did in a game where you pick up just a yellow, not even a red, you pick up just a yellow and you're out for that game, you're out for the next game. And this has world stage implications. I just thought, man, they were really Uruguay was not afraid to toe that line and they came away with the victory.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. I mean, Hunter, did you catch this game? I can't remember if you caught this game or not. No, you didn't catch
unfortunately.
This game. No,
but I've been watching Uruguay.
Yeah,
they've been doing really good with passing specifically.
Oh, for sure, and their passing. It's funny that you mentioned that. Their passing was a lot better today. I don't know if you agree with that, Bill. I mean, it just seemed more in sync, more.
Seems like
crisp.
They found their rhythm a little bit. Whereas there were some nerves yesterday. I think that was the case for a lot of teams.
I think it was. I mean, even we'll mention USA, but USA also was doing better on their passing. But the only goal that I believe it was this game, the only goal that Uruguay got on Brazil was a beautiful backdoor goal from Marco Diaz. Francisco Wild, I think it was a 2-on-1 outside of the box on the left side, and Francisco Wild just sent it, and all Marco Diaz had to do was just tap it in, Happy Gilmore style. So,
just tap it in.
Just tap it in.
The game immediately following that one, Hunter, I don't know if you caught this one, but Canada versus Mexico. So we talked about predictions, and you were talking yesterday, Josh, on the podcast about how you and your dad were kind of like trying to predict what the score is going to be. So this morning, before any of the matches, I sort of like wrote down just like, what do I think the scoreline is going to be in each game?
Yeah.
This one was maybe, even though it was a really tight match, it was maybe the most different than how I thought it would go. Based on how this, like, Canada has not been super efficient thus far in the tournament, and Mexico has had incredibly stout defense. I thought Mexico would win this game like 1-0 or 2-0, and that it would be a really close, probably 0-0 game all the way through. We saw something different. Canada was actually in control and had the vast majority of opportunities in this game. Mexico's defense continues to just play out of their minds, and then is able to, like, again, be in a position to score just like a crazy, ridiculous, like, long range goal in the end and earn themselves another draw.
Yeah, it was an incredible finish, and Mexico tied it up with like little seconds
in extra time.
In extra time. So it was like everybody thought, okay, game over. Canada got this in the bag. Nope, Mexico like not yet. No. So they came back and tied it up, and unfortunately, I mean, there was a scary moment before the game started. During warm-ups, I believe her name is Caroline. I could be wrong.
I'm not sure.
But one of the Canadian players did take a spill before warm-up, and she was going for a reverse 180 and kind of started turning pretty wide on a dime and took a spill over. And so, you could see it online, Hunter. It was kind of scary, but she fell on her left shoulder. They put the chair upright, and then she went to the sideline, and she did end up coming into the game.
Came in the second half.
She came into the second half like what a boss. Total boss.
My greatest fear.
Yeah, but she did end up getting looked at afterwards, so hopefully she's okay for tomorrow. But yeah, a little crazy. But so Mexico and Canada, it was a pretty exciting. It was kind of a low, kind of a boring game to be honest at first, but then it got really exciting towards the end. So kudos to Mexico for not, hanging, not giving up on the game.
Yeah, Mexico's just been doing what they got to do to, grind out results here, and it's going to put them in position to, potentially do something here. I think they're better than we expected them to be.
Yeah,
I think they've found ways. They haven't won a lot of games, but they've found ways to get points, draws when, we maybe didn't think that they could. The other thing about this game, the last thing I want to mention on this game was that, it was 1-0 until Mexico scored that extra time goal.
Yeah.
Canada almost got a second, just a minute or two before that, but a couple players came in a little hot, ended up getting a 2-on-1 as the ball crossed
at the top of the box, right? Yeah,
right at the top of the box.
Yeah,
came in, and I apologize, I'm still learning everybody's names from the other countries, but that second player, the player behind the ball, came into the box just before that ball crossed the goal line, and I honestly think if they'd have just let it roll in, that would have been a second goal.
I'm like, no, don't do that. So, but we have to remember this is Mexico's first international debut, and this is they threw 3 games and lost 2 games, so this is pretty good international debut
for Mexico. Absolutely,
for Mexico,
100% agree. Yeah. We can move on. Well, no, you guys, we're going to skip that second USA game. I did not get a chance to see the last game of the day. It was Argentina, Uruguay. I'm going to leave that to you two gentlemen to talk about.
Okay. Yeah. Hunter, you want to take it away on this one?
Well, I think it sort of started slow just for the first 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And then Argentina started passing so much.
Yeah.
It was really amazing to watch, and some of the backwards like 180s they did were spectacular. I think one of them, they threaded the needle right behind one of the defenders and just barely missed it, but it was intense. I was like, oh, so much.
Yeah, it was great. I know we were texting each other during the game, like, did you see that? Like, yeah. And I don't know if you know, it kind of had a little reminiscence of England with their passing. And the reason behind that, and I think the reason behind it, is because Colin Gordon, who used to be the head coach for Team England, is now the assistant coach for Team Argentina.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it is now, it's like they adopted this English style of passing the ball more and having your wings backward. And it was very, very evident in his very last game against Uruguay.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys caught, they actually had him on the broadcast.
Yes.
At the end of the USA Brazil game, Tony and Peyton were talking to him a little bit about, like, you know, sort of the 4-up style and transitioning that into, like, you know, a new team and how, you know, that was going. And I thought that was, and how the game has changed since that style was implemented.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was a much better, Argentina game from now.
Cool.
For sure. It was a very entertaining game. It was one of my favorite matchups so far in this tournament.
Awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks for keeping track of that one for me. I managed to watch every game this today, but that one. Let's talk Team USA a little bit, guys. Should we?
Yeah, let's do it.
That first game right away this morning. I did expect USA to win it. I don't know that I expected them to win it 10-0.
No, that was a clinic.
That was rough.
It was very rough to watch for Canada. I mean, they were just USA had their will. I mean, they were just imposing their will on Canada, and Canada couldn't do anything. And you know, and that's hard to do against Team USA.
Well, I will say to USA's credit, like there are some talented players on Canada. I don't think we've seen them put it all together yet in this tournament. But I mean, that was a spectacle a little bit.
Yeah, it was very much a spectacle. I mean, what do you think, Hunter?
Personally, I really like that Team USA is putting in all of their players, and this time, I'm just really happy that I got to see actually Michael Ryan part of Team USA now, and I didn't even know this, but Ryan Connolly is on that team too.
Yeah,
and I was wondering where he went.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason why we didn't see him on Saturday at the tournament.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Yeah, so I mean, Michael, he started the game.
Michael started that one.
He started the game, and that's kind of what Bill and I were predicting for this morning's game. Like, who do you think gonna start? And I don't know if we said that on the episode or we just said it offline, but then it was Michael, Dowling. I think it was.
I wrote it down. I think it was. Didn't Lexi start that one?
Was it Lexi?
No, it was. Sorry, it was Riley, David, and Mike started that game with Nathan in goal.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they changed it up in the 13th minute. I take stupid notes.
I love it.
Pete got in. Rayton then took over at center, and Lexi came in.
Okay.
So that was the change at like the 13th minute. And then they actually, to Hunter's point, I mean, they played with lineups a lot in that game.
They did. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Right.
I mean, let's see what works, what doesn't work.
That was also the game where in the second half that I don't know if the ball was like overinflated, but it was like they were playing with a beach ball. It was all over the place.
I was my gosh, the ball is jumping like crazy.
Maybe it's just the season because me and Burger at the last tournament we were at, the ball was just bouncing so much for no reason.
Yeah.
Maybe I like every 5 minutes.
Yeah, I caught the ball in my cage 3 times.
Wow.
It was crazy.
I haven't seen it a lot in this tournament, but that game, that ball in the second half was all over the place.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you got Pete Winslow on that team. That ball's going to fly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, but I mean, even when Pete wasn't on the floor,
I know. But I'm saying,
so much was flying. It was like bouncing, like taking weird hops and stuff. Anyway, the second Team USA match today, USA versus Brazil. USA didn't have a goal scored against them again today.
Nope.
A 6-0 victory against Brazil. Guys, the craziest, sickest, dopest power soccer goal that I have seen scored maybe in the entire 10 years I've been involved in this sport. Jordan Dickey, props, dude. I don't know if you invented that as it happened or if that's something you had in your back pocket, but that juke move, I texted Josh. I was like, the triple deke. Unreal. Absolutely unreal.
He broke that poor man's ankles.
He did.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
he's already in a wheelchair.
Exactly. So you go down the sideline, you got a fake quick, you go left. You're like, nah, I'm not going left. I'm gonna take off with it. And then that was it. I'm like, how the heck moved his body. I think he even moved his body a little bit too. Like,
he did. No, he definitely he moved his shoulders to the right and came back.
Oh my gosh. I was like, did that shit happen? Yeah. That was a phenomenal.
For that?
What?
I think it was it was in the second half.
It was in the second half. I'll just show you, but it was one of the.
I stopped in that one. I stopped counting goals at a certain point. I was like, but I think it was the 5th or 6th or 7th goal somewhere.
It was one of the nastiest moves I've ever seen in my life in power soccer.
Yeah.
What about the one from Brazil?
Yeah.
It was the USA game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was. It was right before halftime.
Right was before? It really? I thought it was in the second half.
I am almost positive it was right before halftime. Right. And it was that was just the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. So, Jordan, stop taking people's ankles because that was totally disrespectful.
Well, I don't want to, I appreciate you guys being here tonight, doing the pod. Another great day of power soccer action slated for tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow is when the big high stakes stuff happens. I still think what I thought in the beginning, which is I think it will be USA, Argentina. I still think that. But I do think they took maybe some different paths to get there than I would have expected.
For sure. So let me give you some little. What, did you see it?
Yes.
Disgusting, right?
We got the real-time reaction. That was great.
That's real-time action, folks.
Oh, my.
Yeah. That was gross.
That was aura farming right there.
For sure, aura farming. That was totally disrespectful. But anyway, so before we kind of sign off, I kind of want to say so I'm looking at the goal leading stuff for the tournament so far. So Michael Layton is leading the entire tournament with 6 goals. No. He had a hat trick today. I think it was in a Brazil game, right? So was it a Brazil game or Canada? Canada game. That's right. Okay. So he had a hattie. Phenomenal. And then the second person, Jordan Dickey, was 5. These are basically all USA. Riley Johnson was 5. Pete Winslow was 4.
I'm not surprised.
Lexi Hare was 4. And then Valentino Zaccarelli has 4. So
Pete has 4 goals. When does Pete Winslow find the time to score goals?
I don't know. I don't know when he does. So he somehow snuck in the top 5. So so that was pretty crazy. So then the matchup for tomorrow, if you guys are not on Sports Engine or whatever, or Sports Engine 20, Argentina finished number 2, and they're playing against Uruguay number 3, and they're playing at 8 a.m. Pacific time. So then they will, whoever wins that will play against USA or Brazil, and USA Brazil will be playing at 9:30 Pacific time. And so that's that. So that's the top 4 right there.
9:30 p.m.
No.
AM.
Morning.
In the morning.
Okay. In the morning.
Come on, Hunter.
This will all be online. I mean, but those are the bracket.
So
so Argentina, Uruguay, and USA, Brazil are the semifinal matchups. And
right. And then for the 5th place match, it'll be Mexico versus Canada.
Which will be an interesting rematch.
That would be an interesting rematch. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And then the 3rd place game, if Argentina wins and makes it into the final, then that third place game also has some major implications because the winner of that game, whoever takes third, again, if Argentina makes top 2, whoever wins that third place game will also qualify for the World Cup. So that's a big potential.
Because as we all know, Argentina's got an automatic bid for the World Cup. So, it should be a very interesting day tomorrow. I'm very curious to see what happens. It should be fun. Should be entertaining. And I'm sure you guys all know all the games will be on Power Soccer Shop YouTube page. And again, thanks to our sponsor, Power Soccer Shop.
Thanks, Power Soccer Shop. And speaking of YouTube, we will not be doing a recap tomorrow night. We will be waiting until Sunday for the first ever 3 in the Box live stream. We will be live on YouTube Sunday and of course, I flipped the page. Josh,
you don't pay me nothing.
5:30 Eastern on Sunday.
Hey,
5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific. We will be live streaming. Josh, Nikki, myself, and maybe a special guest. I don't know. You never know. But you can show up, log into YouTube, 3 in the Box podcast YouTube page, and you'll be able to interact with us while we talk smart. So you can tell us what we got right, what we got wrong, and what you thought. Please join us for that on Sunday.
And if you got a question too, Hunter, you better be there, right? You're going to be there for the chat room? Good. Yeah. You better be there. If you're not, I will hunt you down.
Love it. We will post a link on social media, on Facebook and Insta. So, all right. Well, thanks, everybody, for joining us. Thanks, Hunter, for being a part of the pod tonight.
Hey.
For Power Soccer Shop, we are 3 in the Box. We'll see you later.